I'm Deli Dutton. Every now and then, I like filling a page full of doodles. Sometimes it's characters or animals or whatever random thing comes to mind. This time, I'm going to do a bunch of fantasy-themed things. Stuff a Dungeons & Dragons character might lug around. You might be wondering about the cute tape. I'm not sure if it's technically washi tape because it's plastic and not papery, but it's very cute. So when I did my jellyfish painting the other day, the paper curled up a bit on the end. So to take a picture of it, I taped it down to the page underneath it. Unfortunately, the paper got a bit scuffed up from this, so I covered it in pretty tape. That way, the page is still usable, and I don't have to worry about forgetting the scuff is there and accidentally painting it over it and getting yucky results. So I was like, well, what should I do with the rest of the page? Usually when I damage a page because the art supplies have bled through or because of overzealous X-Acto knife use, I use it for rough sketches. But most of this page is fine. I could use it. It's doodle time. I kind of just went with whatever came to mind as I doodled and listened to some podcasts. I've got a map and some potions and gems and a bunch of different weapons. A lantern, candles, and feather pens, scrolls, and instruments and wands. Some keys. The rope was probably the most difficult, but I like how it turned out. And there's some random leaves and sticks and food too. Bottle with a spider. Normal adventuring stuff. Bones of various origins. The usual. Now that I think about it, next time it might be neat to go with stuff that's specifically meaningful to my characters. Kind of like one of those what's in your purse things, but fantasy. And even like, not exactly what they carry, but like other stuff that's important too. I think that's something I should try. After I've sketched everything out, it's inking time. I kind of did the exact opposite of what I did with the sketches and went from left to right. I was trying not to smudge the ink before it dried, I guess. I also added a few things to fill out some of the gaps. What kind of character would carry all this stuff? I think it's got to be a bard. We've got a set of pipes, and both weapons and magic tools. I think they're a bit of a collector and like to have stuff as mementos. Or like, to prove they've done things that they've said they've done. Got a cool leaf from a cool tree they've seen, took an axe from an enemy they defeated. The skull is a fake and is just for being dramatic. Or perhaps this is the stuff of a very obliging fighter whose wizard friend can't carry much and kind of ends up using the fighter's pack as an extension of their own. Maybe the wizard is a disorganized mess and leaves their scrolls everywhere and the fighter just sort of makes sure nothing gets left behind. That could be cute. Or this could even be a whole party's inventory, sprawled out to check and see what they have. Perhaps there's a very wealthy cleric who is quite cranky without their morning tea, and a half-feral druid who has to save every pretty rock and feather they come across. Along with a rogue who's a bit too well-armed, the type that in a movie would be asked to remove their weapons and then spends a long time piling them up, much to the awe and fear of the guards. It could be kind of neat to character build with a random inventory. Like, who is this person that would carry those specific things? Don't even do stats and stuff until after. For colors, I decided to dab a bit of watercolors on everything, and it really kind of was just a dab. I don't really have any tiny brushes, and these doodles were pretty small. And it's not like watercolors are an exact science anyway, or at least not the way I do them. But that's okay, I ended up adding some details with colored pencils. Do some shading and draw the wood grain and stuff. I like how this turned out. It's fun to just look at it all. Even though I spent several hours looking at it while drawing it, it's still kind of like, oh yeah, I did have a regular spoon and fork in there for some reason. I'm kind of thinking about making a sticker pack for this, with a bunch of dungeoneering junk. It'd be cute for notes, I think. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to continue on this art journey with me. Bye!